video episode, Ron.
All right, and we're live.
Hey, it's been a while, but welcome back to Figure It Out. First off, we got to start off with congratulations to Afia. He's pregnant.
Oh my goodness, look at this belly. Woo! No, but the wifey over there. Oh, look at camera shy all of a sudden. Normally she's taking my phone, taking pictures. You know, then you put it on a video and she gets camera shy.
That's all right.
But yeah, we're having a baby boy. Really excited about that.
Nice. And you've already come up with a name.
Yeah, so he's baby Melchizedek, the kingly priest who blessed Abraham. What was that?
I'm gonna have to practice that a little bit.
yeah. His godfather's gonna have to learn how to say his name. So
watch this video, kid. All right. So you've seen the news from the Philippines, how it's going out here in the United States. What's it look like from the outside? I've always wondered that, you know.
So man, from the outside looking, everybody thinks the United States has just lost its mind. They're like people will come up to me and they're just like, oh, like so. Americans are going crazy now, huh? I don't know what that is on the news, but that's not what it's like. unless you know, the only explanation, if it actually is like you know, I just left and all of a sudden the entire country went up in flames. But to my recollection, our country isn't what it looks like on the news.
Yeah, I mean it's gotten crazy over here. They're not my pocket of the U.S., but definitely in these progressive cities, it's been pretty nuts. So, L.A., San Francisco, and Seattle, Portland. Probably not good places to visit right now, unless you're with Antifa or something. I don't know.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know how George Floyd turned into an Antifa case.
It's not right. I mean, I would imagine black people are a little upset about that. They're like, what the fuck? What happened?
Yeah,
this was about us. I mean.
Like I was telling you earlier, I saw this one case. I don't remember which city it was in, but you know, everyone who got arrested, there's like 25, 30 people, and they were all white. So I was like, wait, what does that have to do with Black Lives Matter? Like, or it's like maybe Black Lives Matter is all white people. I don't know.
Yeah, they're like, they do matter. We're gonna show them by taking these peaceful protests and making them violent, and then looting places and getting arrested for it. I don't.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna show you black people. It's like the new KKK is Black Lives Matter. It's like, your life matters. Your life matters. You're like, all right, it does. Just don't burn my shop down.
Right. Yeah. Go away.
Yeah. Yeah. If my life matters, can you just leave me alone?
Right. No, you're so important now. You need to be a part of this.
Oh, man. You join our march.
Typical America, we start off with something that, you know, is supposed to be like moving towards something positive, and it gets all fucked up.
Yeah, it's weird how that like keeps happening, because I mean, like for instance, you know, back when I was there, for a time I was helping out like different organizations that have done so much good over the course of their existence. Like Southern Poverty Law Center and Oxfam and all these the Sierra Club, and now like the Sierra Club, which used to be like actually do things to like protect the environment. Like it's just all like propaganda against Trump, and so it's like, what does this have? Like, dude, you guys are an
When did you
environmental
become
thing.
a
It's like,
political group? Yeah. Oh man.
yeah, it's just like, dude, just save the trees. Like, why are you getting into? Oh, you got to be against Trump. Like, what does this have to do with the national forest?
You can't just save trees nowadays. Yes, more than
Yeah, it's like
tree lives don't matter.
because like if you really care about the environment, that means you have to hate Trump.
Vote against Trump. Yeah.
Because clearly Trump wants to just destroy all the trees where he lives, like, and destroy his own environment. Or so, like,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's gone to
I don't
insanity.
know what his stance is on trees. But I mean, if these tree groups are getting worked up over him, we must hate them.
Yeah, it's just like every possible thing. It's like, oh, like Trump is the apocalypse of all this, and it's like
He must be the one who started all these wildfires out here in California.
Yeah, even though they were happening before he got elected, but Trump's the reason for the wildfires. We've been having them every single year, but now that he's in office, all the blame of California's wildfires, and then
it's somebody's fault every year. Last year it's PG&E's fault, and this year it's Trump. Who knows next year?
Yeah, because the blame will never be on the
'cause-
people who are actually supposed to go in there and clean the brush like it was their job. But then they stopped. They stopped doing that because of crazy environmentalists who are like, oh no, because then you're gonna be hurting the animals that are there. Well, it's like all the animals are gonna get hurt if the entire forest is burned.
If you destroy their home completely,
it's like her like lose a little bit of it and like because that you need to do to maintain the forest or the whole freaking state goes in flames. I don't know, your pick.
My friend went on a hike out with a couple of his buddies. They heard that he was into that kind of thing, so a couple of his buddies mapped out a hike one day and took him to a spot that turns out it all burned down. Like there was no forest there anymore. This hike through a burnt down what used to be a forest area, and it's pretty depressing. But but one of these fires was actually caused by I don't know if we talked about this yet, but it was caused by they're doing a baby the sex, like it was male or female, whatever they do, where they shoot pink if it's a girl, or what do they call it, the sex reveal party or whatever. So
okay, yeah, I think I heard about that.
Parties. Yeah, and they use these. They're gonna they use like a smoke thing. I forget exactly what they use, but it was like like kind of like firework, I guess. Yeah, like
the like smoke bombs that spray the colors.
Yeah, something like that, and it caught or that's what started one of the fires. Is one of those things, and so the family's on the hook for this fire that caused like millions of dollars of damage.
Oh man, that's
could you imagine? That poor kid.
Yeah, get it.
You're not going to college because your parents want to reveal your sex in a flashy way.
Yeah, and so now you're in debt for the rest of your life. Yeah. Like as soon as that baby comes out, they're just gonna like hand him a shovel, like get digging, kid.
Oh man, yeah.
But yeah, speaking of kids, who already has a very beautiful family, and who I'm very excited about is Justice Amy Coney Barrett.
Does she have a family? I'm just
seven children. That's doing the most.
well, I mean, something must be wrong with her. Everybody's mad at her.
Yeah, and apparently the reason is that she's a Catholic, because
Oh,
as you can see by my crucifix, oh, you know how evil us Catholics are. Just loving Jesus and our neighbor and everything.
and we all know y'all can't.
Just,
She's got to be the first. This is unheard of.
yeah, we've never had a judge in America who's believed in God before. You know, that just means that, oh, you believe in so you're just gonna make all your decisions off that, and you can't be like any other of
That-
judges throughout our entire history who have believed in God. Like all the first judges, like the country started out like, right?
Is it just
Endowed by your
Catholicism
creator.
that's good?
Well,
Is it just Catholicism that pisses them off? What if she was Muslim, or what if she was just Christian, or a Baptist, or something? Like some version.
we've had these periods like of ups and downs of like really like anti-Catholic stuff coming up, but like because like even JFK like went through like a slew of like anti-Catholic bigotry when he came into office, and he was our only Catholic president, and
it is hard. I was brought up Catholic, and with the priests doing what they were doing for so long, and that getting brought out to light made it hard to. I mean, like how do you even defend the church at that point when it's like, I mean, yeah, it's pretty fucked up, but. But to be mad at somebody for being religious is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think the country was, like with the Constitution and Declaration of Independence, like endowed, individual rights endowed by our Creator, and I think it was John Adams who was like the only way the country works is for a free and religious people. The whole design of the country was for religious people, like people who believed in God.
Not to mention that, I mean, to point that out and be like, that person can't be impartial, because every justice that was ever elected, you could point out something like, that person is a human being, they can't be impartial. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. She's gonna do the best she can, I'm sure.
And the thing is, why does that only work one way?
Yeah, that's a good point too.
It's like, okay, like, because like everyone has comes with their own experiences and background and stuff. So it's like, okay, if you're an atheist, you can't be partial because you don't believe in God? Like, why does it only work the other way? Like, is all your decisions going to be made off your, do
you trust an atheist more? Do you trust an agnostic?
Yeah. What is the right religion to be a justice?
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like these people are just that they want a reason to be upset, so they find one. But
yeah, and going back to you said about like the church scandal, and the church still has scandal. Like I don't know if you heard about with the Pence charity, with the Vatican, how they have either cardinals or bishops that are like dipping into there and taking from a lot of the charity money that's supposed to be going to helping people in need, and they're lining their pockets.
I'm just
The thing,
imagining the
and the
Cardinal
thing,
drive around like like a Lamborghini or something. You know what I mean?
yeah, and,
Like,
because
I deserve
it
this.
only takes a few bad ones to, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, it's
Made it
like,
all the way
wait,
to the top too.
living in
And, you know,
poverty, living in poverty, living in poverty. Wait, what's up with this archbishop? Like, why does he just get a new Benz? What's going on here? Like,
his robes are
um,
all gold.
yeah, no, yeah, like, that's the thing.
He's
People
got
think that, like, the
like
church is just
he's got
like
a huge
filthy rich, a lot of this stuff, like,
got like a
especially
huge
the church has been
platinum
around for
cross
like
on his
2,000
chest, like
years.
big old chain. You know what I mean? He's got like 7 of them on
Oh no,
all
I love those
niblets,
though.
you know what I mean?
Stop it. No, but hey, honestly, these bishops were the first rappers.
They
But
started that.
yeah, right? They're the OGs, man. No, but the thing of it is, yeah, most of the money of the church, it goes to charity. The church is still the biggest charitable organization in the world by far. So it's like, yeah, you have a few uh, guys who are doing some, you know, rough stuff. That's always been the case,
Mhm.
and they're good, but are doing the work of God, and it's like the people look at, like, because you have these extravagant churches that have, like, these uh golden tabernacles or something. It's like, okay, well, what is the church? They're not going to sell. It's like it's like if you had a picture of your mother, right, and it was like worth a lot because they're this famous sculptor. Well, that was donated to the church. We consider those like sacred items. So it's like the other churches that are like, bare minimum. So it's not, but that's not like actual, liquidity that the church like uses to like do things. So like they live off donations.
Right.
And because of the corrupt bishops that are doing stuff like stealing from the charities, a lot of people have lost faith in them to even be donating to that anymore.
Yeah, it's hard.
But
Yeah, I mean, you
yeah.
find out that money is going somewhere else, but I mean, it's hard even donating to your favorite charity anymore because majority of that goes to the government. It's like, no, I was trying to give it to them.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, or even then, it's so hard to just have a straight up charity now. You need, people who could know how to run the taxes and the operational field. So like a lot of that just ends up going to overhead costs.
Yeah.
If they can't get like just straight donations. So everything with that. But the thing with the church, I always try to remind people is, don't put your faith in man. You got to put your faith in God alone. Because if you put it in man, like from the beginning, we've had Judas in the church, right? So that always among the top, right, the top elders of the church, right, and of the 12 apostles, one of them sold out Jesus for a few coins.
From day one. From day one it was going. So
yeah. So you're always gonna have that. There's always gonna be the Judases. There's always gonna be the bad Pharisees.
Yeah, and going around trying to chase them all out. I mean, that was part of my problem with going to church in the first place. Is everybody's pointing fingers. Look at this guy. Look what they're doing. They're not supposed to be doing that. Don't worry about what they're doing. You do right. Focus on what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, is there going to be Judas in the church? Of course. There's always been Judas in the church.
All
but
day, every day.
What are you doing? Yeah. Like, you stay in the church and you make the church the church. But because the church also needs its Peters, its Pauls, its Johns, it's Judas, but not Iscariot, right? Saint Jude.
Mhm.
You know, you need your Matthews, your Bartholomews. That's a You never meet any Bartholomews anymore nowadays. I don't know why people don't name their child that one. But
Probably the Simpsons. Like,
I'm
I
surprised
will
it just
not
kind of
have a
rolls off.
Bart.
It just kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I can't think of one that
yeah, but I actually did run into a Cornelius though, not that long
that's me.
ago. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I was like, "Oh wow, another Cornelius. That one's it's making a
Nickname
comeback."
corny.
Okay, yeah, but
Just kidding.
Bartholomew, that's just the one like you hear, you're like, "What? There's Bartholomew again?"
It does. It sounds kind of old school though, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. Someone's got to bring her back.
Someone's got to bring it back. This is hashtag bring back Bartholomew. Clearly one of the most popular apostles.
Right. He's so special. Nobody even dare name their kids Bartholomew.
Right. Yeah, you got a million Peters, a million Pauls. Where are the Bartholomews at? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy, is what it is.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
You're trying to get rid of Bart.
That's really what's bringing the church. Everyone's pointing the finger at Judas. But the problem, no, none of you want to name your kid Bartholomew. The church can't just be all Peters and Pauls, man. It needs a Bartholomew. I'm saying.
Yeah. Can you imagine if somebody named their kid Judas?
Because that used to be a really common name, back in the day. But it's like, yeah, now it's like, oh yeah, I don't know if I want to touch that one.
Right. Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like some
Anyway.
names just like someone just does so bad to a name that it just kills it for like good. Like right, no one names their kid Adolf anymore either,
No. Probably not even in Germany.
They're just done with it.
Yeah. It's like in Harry Potter, he who shall not be named.
Right.
Don't even say Adolf.
Yeah.
They're gonna take us off the internet just for.
I was gonna say that this video is gonna be bad now. We said Adolf. That can't go on YouTube.
Right. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. There's. I mean, I don't see a lot of the craziness here. I just hear about it just because like I said, where I'm at, it's like we're just kind of doing our own thing out here in Yuba City.
Yeah.
But it's weird because we're just a 45-minute drive from Sacramento, where it's also getting pretty nuts out there.
Yeah, that's like night and day there from Yuba City and Sacramento, eh?
I feel like I could almost ride my bike there. I mean, I would need the day, but I could do it. It's that close, and it's a whole different environment out here in Yuba City. We actually when they did the whole coronavirus shutdown, I mean, they had to threaten to start pulling companies' licenses, business licenses, in order to make them actually close up shop, because we're just like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
We're staying open. But even now, where we met out in Fresno, people apparently getting shot left and right out there for no apparent reason.
Yeah, so basically nothing has changed in Fresno. The
That's
rest
what
of the
I said.
country
I was
The
like, it
rest
was
of the
already like
country
that
went
when we were there.
yeah, the rest of the country went crazy, and Fresno's like, all right, so yeah, everybody's on page now. They're doing what we've been doing.
Oh man, I remember walking out to my truck one night after work. I was working at a casino out there, and there had been a shooting in our parking lot, and they had taped it off all the way up to the line where my truck was, and there was a bunch of cars inside that tape, and I was like, thank God I didn't park back a line further, or I would have been stuck in this tape. Not, not like, oh, who got shot or what happened. Like, thank God I didn't have to deal with this bullshit caution tape. You know.
Man, and that's the thing though, like 'cause Fresno has this weird kind of thing where like they're conservative but they're not, and it's like in the city.
It's surrounded by farming communities that's all conservative, but in town there's a large group of liberals. So yeah, it's a strange mix there.
Wait,
But
did you just call the gangs liberals?
I don't know if that counts, but I'm not even talking. I'm not naming no particular group. I don't know that most of the gangs out there even know enough about politics to claim a side. So, I mean, I've met some bulldogs.
I've met some bulldogs.
they'll shoot each other. They don't give a shit.
Hey, did you meet them or did you meet their face tattoos?
I've worked with one at a McDonald's one time, and even he was like, "Yeah, it's stupid. A bulldog from this clique will shoot a bulldog from another clique." I'm like, yeah, that is stupid.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. At least in other cities, like when you get gang violence, it's like this gang is going to war with this gang. In Fresno, it's just like, oh yeah, he shot his own gang because he was on the he's like
That bulldog's repping this street, and I represent this street, so fuck that guy. Yeah, but there's over 5,000 bulldogs in Fresno, and it just got so big that they all turn into separate cliques and stuff. It's nuts.
Yeah, you got Bulldogs 1, Bulldogs 2, Bulldogs
Yeah,
North, Bulldogs South.
it's crazy.
So
Not to
you got,
mention,
hey,
like, you got
Bulldogs over here, bro.
GABZ.
Oh yeah, no, you want to go, bro? It's Bulldogs. Oh, my bad. You're Bulldogs North too. Oh my, let's go bang on them. Let's go bang on those Bulldogs. Like, what are you guys doing?
I don't know. I mean, even the guy I talked to, he was coming in. He'd come into work, and he'd name off a list of drugs that he did before he came in, just so he could get his ass out of the house. And he was not a stable person. So
Really, the guy who listed off the drugs in order to get out of the house was not stable.
he's like, I can't function without us. I'm like, you can't function now. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh my god! I met a cat like that. He's like, yeah, like all these people, like these freaking heroin addicts, like man, like they come to work and they just suck. They all go back there and they're just like napping the whole time at work. At least when I go there, I'm on heroin too, but I get the job done. I'm like,
You
all
get
right,
something
man.
crazy. I don't know if you're doing your job, but you might be awake and doing more than they are. But I don't know how much you're actually accomplishing.
Yeah, why does everyone at your store do heroin? It's like,
Oh, no, we timed out.
yeah, we're about to time out here. Yeah, so we're almost out of time. Any do you want to hit another section here, or you want to?
I don't know if you heard about the Governor Gretchen Whitmer. She's a governor out in Michigan, and this militia group that just recently uh, started building to kidnap Gretchen, and the FBI caught wind of it, and they arrested 14 people so far because of it. Yeah, and I mean, we all feel bad for Michigan. They're like America's toilet. Um,
They've been going through it. So why
it's
we?
rough out there, man. I mean, you hear about the lead, all the ridiculous amount of lead in the water out in Flint. Detroit is pretty much gone now. I mean, everybody left Detroit.
Yeah. Well, for a moment
It's
there,
a sad state to live.
you just had people ransacking each other's house. You got like one neighbor going across the street, like with the other neighbor's stolen goods. But he's passing by his neighbor who's stealing stuff from his house. Like, oh yeah, you sacking a house? Yeah, hey man, you sacking my house? Hey, you're sacking my house.
And I think there's like 5 cops left in Detroit, so it's pretty much lawless.
Yeah,
They're all
that's
working
it.
double shifts. They're tired.
Like, oh, yeah, no more cops. I guess everybody can just do what they want.
It takes 4 or 5 days to respond to a murder. You know what I mean?
Well, it's good because, now it sets in what things are going to be like when they just have social workers or whatever answering the police calls,
with the
right?
whole defund law enforcement. Yeah. Like, go
Yeah,
look at Detroit, see how it's working for them.
yeah, it's like, oh, we'll stay on the line and we'll talk to you, and we'll get someone out there, and in 5 days to go over there and talk to you about how the burglar beat your ass and took everything. And
half of Detroit is working for the 911 dispatcher, and then we got 5 cops actually answering the calls. Like, we can stay on the line. I might have to transfer you at the end of my shift, but and they'll probably have to transfer you because it's going to be a few days before that cop shows up. But we'll stay on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. But speaking of that though, why did they try to kidnap the governor there?
They plotted. They discussed kidnapping several high up officials out in Michigan, and she was the one that they landed on. And they were going to wait until she went out to her vacation home, and they were going to kidnap her there. I don't possibly her family too. I don't. They don't. They're not clear on that. But the FBI caught wind of it, and they arrested 14 was the highest count that I saw on that. 14 people of that militia. She's still getting death threats to this day, though, from that. Was it the Wolverine Watchmen? Is the name of this militia group. Sounds like a bunch of
Wolverine.
Sounds like a bunch of Michigan graduates that I don't know, they took the wrong major and just never got a career started.
bunch of drama, like dramatic pose, freaking art, history, sociology talks, like
we're
mumbo
mad
jumbo.
And somebody's got to pay. So fuck you,
liberal
Gretchen.
Arts. just all the obvious majors that don't actually do anything.
Yeah, sociology or something.
Yeah, and then it's just like it's all this governor's fault.
Yeah, she did this to you.
Yeah, because when life goes wrong, you never really have to take accountability nowadays. You can always just blame the mothership.
Everybody's a victim today. Yeah, everybody's a victim these days. Best I can say is you're probably safer. You're out in the Philippines. And I'm going to stay safe over here in Yuba City where people are still level-headed.
But I mean, it's good. I think scapegoats is really healthy because that way you never have to grow up and become an adult. It's like
Right.
if your dad used to beat you, it's like, oh, don't realize that was wrong and take a different approach in life or anything. You can always just blame Trump, or if your mom was selling ass on the corner, or like a dope head or something. I mean, you can always just join Antifa. So
There you go.
there,
Yeah.
there's always a scapegoat to life's problems. Is the thing,
Right. I mean, yeah, it's hard. I mean, we all know I quit drinking. We've discussed that now, and one of the things
Cheers.
that
Here's a buko shake.
there you go. Yeah, one of the things that I stopped doing was being a victim. There's something about when you're drinking, like just to have that excuse to drink, you got to be a victim of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Something bad
there's
had to
something
happen,
about
so you
having a
just come
sober
up.
there's something about having a sober mind that makes you realize, like, oh yeah, like I have to solve my problems.
Not only do I have to solve my problems, but I'm the cause of all my problems. I'm a victim of
Right,
me.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like even if you are a victim, like, right, if that is the case, you choose to make it better or to make it worse.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily choose what happens to you, right? If you get hit by a car, like, dang, that sucks, but then, like, after you get out of the hospital, you still gotta go get back to work, get back on the horse,
Yeah, if you just sit there like I got hit by a car for the rest of your life, you're never gonna get anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've all had our brush-ins with cars knocking us down, but in one way
As
or
you said.
another. It's just like overstretching the metaphor and seeing where we get to it.
Yeah, you could try starting the GoFundMe if you want, but that money's gonna run out too. Eventually people are gonna stop sending you money for the car accident you were in. And then what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, glad you're doing good out there. I'm sure our time's almost up at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
stay
never
safe
know
out
when
there.
they give us extra minutes or not. It never, like, pops up. It just kind of goes in the background, and it's like, oh, they didn't cut off our session. But yeah,
Yeah.
good to talk with you as always, brothers. Stay well. God bless.
Yeah, you too, bud. Um, yeah, I got my Bible now. It's I just got to get down to reading it, so
All
so
right.
I
Oh
can
yeah, and with that,
figure it out.
yeah, Steven's gonna start his Bible journey of reading it from front to back. So if
Yep.
any of y'all want to join in that journey, I mean, we are in a pandemic. We've got extra time, so go ahead and hop on that journey with them.
Yeah, we're gonna start discussing some interesting verses and whatnot as I get into that. Um, start talking about because you've already been through the Bible several times, so you already know what's in there. It'll be fun to discuss that next episode.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Because it'll be really cool. I honestly, I'm excited for you. Like, of just being able to see the Bible again with fresh eyes. Like, I mean, like every time it's like seeing it with fresh eyes, because there's always like something new. It's so rich and deep that every time it's like, oh, whoa, like this is actually talking about that part from Matthew 23, and like what and it actually started here and in
Yeah,
Leviticus, like, but
yeah, and
like there's always those gems that just pop out at you like next time. But yeah,
definitely.
but yeah,
And
reading it from front to back for the first time is that.
Oh no, I'm excited. And to be clear, I don't think that I'm gonna like start getting like super religious or anything after this. I'm curious and I want to understand. I want to understand it all better. And like I hear we've had people come on to the show and you two start getting into into all that, and I'm lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want
Well,
to be able to contribute more to those conversations. And really, I've only heard bits and pieces here and there just from going to church. So yeah, to
yeah, and
put it all
that's the
together
thing.
should be a lot of fun.
Bible literacy in America has definitely gone down. There is a point where like even people who weren't really like that religious, like Abraham Lincoln, would have like Bible verses memorized.
Yeah.
And then now it's like you talk about the Bible and people are like, what are you talking about? Like, and then they'll know like one like crazy line that they'll take out of context and like, doesn't it say this? And it's like, no, that's not what it's saying at all. did you read the rest of the chapter?
Yeah,
But the
you gotta
Bible's
use
like,
context clues too. Don't take it so literally.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I'm looking forward to it though.
more than like any other book where people just think that you could just like go like, all right, I'm gonna take the third book and the 15th chapter and like just like take that out of nothing and say it's like, do you do that with like Harry Potter? like
Right.
oh no, see, it says this person actually says Voldemort was good, and it's like, no, well, that was the bad guy talking about you know what I mean? It's
Right.
like,
Man,
yeah.
that's 2 Harry Potter references in one episode. That's it's pretty good right there.
Yeah, and with that we'll figure it out.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Peace.